volume, wake the crowd. F'nAround, stop the day. Rats and raves, we got something to say.
Good morning and welcome back to F'nAround in the Morning on WURE FM Radio. This is your co-host, Joe.
What's good, everybody? It's JJ, man. It feels good to be back, dude. We took a little break. I really don't want to ever do that again, though. I don't like it.
It really threw off what we were doing and how our whole schedule and plan was.
Yeah, it definitely did. So we're not going to do that again. Fuck the holidays.
I mean, no, not fuck the holidays, but I mean, I think it was good for Prentice. Let's be honest. It was nice for us to do it.
That's a fact, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job. Yeah.
Yeah. It did. But it did kind of change my days, like my patterns and what was going on. It definitely did change it.
Yeah, it definitely did. And, you know, we got some good Prentice updates, too, to talk about, too. So we got some good stuff to talk about with our boy Prentice today that we'll dive into in a little bit. But, you know, how was your holiday, though, Joe? How was everything?
Oh, it was great. I mean, the food was delicious. I had my fishes. You know how we do it. Actually enjoyed it.
How was the fishies?
Dude, I'm still eating it. Like, look, I still got I brought it out just to tease you a little bit. Look, I got that little octopus salad going.
Look.
Yeah. I figured, I'll enjoy a little today. I mean, I didn't bring coffee today, so I'm like, you know what? Let me just tease James a little today. I got a little octopus salad, a little seafood salad with some octopus left.
There you go. Hey,
I mean, I'm Italian.
Nice.
It's great for breakfast. Oh, it's absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious.
Absolutely delicious, huh? Yeah, it looked good. We gotta, one of these days we gotta do like when I'm in Chicago or something, we get somebody to come cook some shit while we're on air or something. You know what I'm saying?
And it's funny you said that. Did you see how we reset up the studio this weekend?
I did see slightly, but tell us a little bit about it.
So, Pompey, Pompey over there, they're redoing the whole church, and for donations and different things, they were having some pews given away. Then you can actually claim pews and different stuff. So I grabbed 2 of the pews, and I set it downstairs in the studio. They're great to sit down and go, but I was looking at the pews and how they're set up. They're set up on both sides of the pool table with enough place to walk around and go. We can get a giant slab, put it on top of the pool table, and we got ourselves a big dining room table for family-style studio food.
No shit.
Yeah.
So right now we got some Jesus in the F'nAround podcast studio.
Yes, we do. I mean, we're even talking about maybe we'll do some episodes because, by the way, not only do we get the pews, the part in the back where you kneel on is still attached. So if we can move them forward, and we can still kneel and pray.
No shit. Santino was baptized there.
Oh, really?
Santino was baptized there.
That's actually kind of funny. Small world then.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you. My fucking dad went to the school when he was a fucking kid, dude. That's crazy. You probably got a pew that he was drinking in or something.
Probably. But that's why I thought it was great. I'm like, okay, this is hilarious. 1, it looks cool. 2, it's a great setup, and it's kind of neighborhood history.
Yo, that is cool as fuck. That's definitely cool as fuck. And you know what you should start doing, right? I actually got a couple of them here that I could probably get to you. We got them old signs. Remember like the old Taylor Street signs?
Yeah.
And we got Gilda and Nello's, and we got all those different ones.
Oh, very nice.
I think I even have personalized ones with all of our names on it. Like me, Teresa, John Michael, we got all of them.
Yeah, well, our Phelan one we have over at my mom's in the gym. But yeah, I totally get it.
And listen,
those are great history.
Good reminder, dude. I need to walk back a little something.
Okay.
Right. So the other day we did an episode, right, where I mentioned my piece of shit uncle in a very, very bad light. And I went and, thanks to Joey, who always sends me shit, right? And mind you, I don't even think Joey's watched it, so he doesn't even really know this, right? My uncle said some pretty nice things about me, dude. Even though he's a fucking scumbag, right? He was very respectful. So I just wanted to give Uncle Neil a little shout out for being honest in his interview that he did, and saying some nice words about me and my family. I really appreciate it.
Oh, that's really nice he did that. Yeah, and I did not watch it. I just sent it to you.
No, you did. Yeah, you did. And I know you didn't because you probably would have been like, yo, dude, yeah, he was actually nice about you. So, and it was a very informative one. I watched the whole thing. I think that they missed some things, right? I don't like kind of how he doesn't mention about how much I actually helped when I came home with keeping that store up, right? But, it's whatever, dude. Everything's for the best. I just wanted to, me, dude. I'm always willing to, point myself out when I've done something wrong, dude. I don't like to do that shit. So, shout out to Uncle Neil.
Oh, I completely agree. And I mean, honestly, we've said a bunch of times, if we're wrong or we do something, we'll happily backtrack it and talk about it. Or you can come on and talk to us about it.
Dude. We embrace it, man. I mean, we're not always going to be right, but I trust and believe we're always going to give you our opinions, like we say a million times, based off what we know.
All right. So they're just opinions and thoughts based on what we're reading and what we're seeing.
Yep. So with that being said, though, let's dive into some other stuff. I want to
I'm
get your
diving
take
into
on.
I'm diving into the seafood salad, bro.
Yeah,
let's,
yeah. While you're over there eating the octopus.
I'm just trying to make you jealous of what you missed here in Chicago. You know what I mean?
You know, I seen a couple things that we've touched on that I kind of wanna get back to, right? Because, one thing that's very important is I've been paying attention to this Luigi stuff, right? Because I know like you've made like kind of like a super joke out of it, and,
Yeah.
and I get it and like the humor, but what I'm starting to see, right, is a lot of people are really glorifying this guy.
Little too much.
I was on the phone with, actually, I'm not going to mention him, but I was on the phone with a close friend of both of ours, right? And it sounded like he was saying that this like needed to happen, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm like, as much as I agree that something needed to change in the healthcare industry, right? Yeah, it's a huge scam. I get all that, right? Did dude need to die for that to happen though?
And I get it. I've seen it everywhere. I mean, you see the police doing press about it. You see the commissioners doing it. Everyone's talking about it. It has gotten a little out of hand where now the big joke is, and I mean, honestly, you watch it all over social media. People are saying like, yo, if I don't get my way, I'm going to kill you. Kind of change what you can say.
Thank you for making me not need to lead you into that. I appreciate that because that's what I wanted everybody to know.
Because now it's kind of like you're putting this giant dark cloud over everyone's head where it's like, okay, if a trust fund kid with a shitload of money is going to risk it all to go kill somebody because he feels like the system is fucked up and needs to get fixed.
Yeah.
What's going to take about somebody with no money who's got nothing to lose?
Got nothing to lose.
And that's what people seem to forget. Like
that's what I'm seeing, right? So that's what
I'm seeing. It's a massive fucking trend.
Somebody said the same thing you just said, right? Because there was a lot of these comments where like people in this post were like, Luigi, free this, free that. And this person's sitting there like, you guys understand that this was a person that had a lot to lose, right? And this was a gentleman, right? He's like, you guys, this person had a lot to lose. What are you guys going to start seeing when these people that don't have anything to lose start doing these things, right? What does that create?
And that right there is where you start seeing a turn in the system. It's almost like showing that there's a leverage to the system, like we've said before, unionization or getting power behind the people. But instead of getting the unionization, power behind the voice, power behind the numbers, the voting, the people, now they're realizing, okay, one pawn can take out a king, but you sacrifice the pawn. So now it's going to be a whole reverse of the system if people keep going it this way because they're seeing how much it threw everybody up in arms and how much it's scaring people because now people are worried. Holy shit, what the hell is going to go on? But here's the downfall from this now, right? There's always the downfall. Yes, it's going to put more power into the people's hands. And yes, everyone's going to be fearful. But now we're going to start seeing a line cross where people start threatening Luigi. But not only that, now let's take it a step further. If CEOs and people are starting to be fearful for their life or what's going to happen, they're going to start increasing their security or start having people around them, which is, once again, instead of helping the system and lowering the cost, they're going to pad the cost more to increase their security for their life because they're worried about, okay, they're fucking over the little guy, so I got to spend more money to avoid the fact that I'm fucking over the little guy, and we got to now charge everyone more, which is going to continue the cycle downward.
And now, once again, here we are in this crazy fucking circle where nothing's getting changed in the name of changing things.
Correct.
Isn't that crazy how that works?
Amazingly so. And I mean, yeah, I joke about it. I joke about him too. Like, yeah, go Luigi, blah, blah, blah. But just picking up a gun and shooting someone, that's not going to change anything. It's going to send the whole system in a spiral, but it's not going to change shit.
No, it's not going to do nothing. Yeah, it's now, like you said, it sends the whole system in a fucking spiral, and now we're stuck in this endless cycle of doing stupid shit in the name of change and not changing anything.
Yeah, like I had the hat. I have the hat. I've worn the hat. I put it on. Mike saw it yesterday, and Mike's like, "Dude, so where were you?" Like, he goes, "I could see it. Your podcast, the morning show, your LinkedIn poet posts. It's you, isn't it?" Like, joking into it. I'm like, yeah, I get it, the joke, but like the fact is, someone doing that's a little crazy.
It's very crazy. It's very fucking crazy. And you have so many people where they're like, now they're screaming free Luigi. You've got girls on TikTok talking about how hot he is and posting the pictures of him without his shirt on saying, oh, I date a criminal and shit. Like, okay, so now the next dude that's got some abs that wants to do some goofy shit can go out and do some goofy shit, and now here we are creating this stupid fucking situation where dumb shit is making people popular.
But now think about it the other way. What if he didn't look like Ouija? Would they still have this big reaction? Because you know what it reminds me of? Remember years ago when that social thing went viral, the guy with the model guy in prison or whatever with the eyes in his mugshot?
Yes, good.
And he got all these gigs and everything. It was all because of how he looks. So if Luigi didn't look like he did, where he's getting all these girls' attention and everyone's doing it, because let's be honest, it probably wouldn't have gone as viral if the girls didn't get his attention first and start going it. You know?
Very true. Yeah. So is it a looks thing then, right? Is it because you got a good looking son of a bitch who fucking committed a fucking heinous act?
Right.
And that makes it okay because he's got some abs, right?
Maybe. I mean, there's a million ways you can look at it, but it's kind of going like, what's going on, right?
Yeah, make it make sense, please.
Correct. I mean, as I said, we don't condone what he did. The world honestly, the whole world understands why he did it because the system is so screwed. But we're not saying, hey, go pick up a ghost gun and go do this. We're saying there are better ways to go about it. But yeah, it did throw a wrench in the whole system as a whole. Like, yo, if the system is this bad, where somebody would go to these measures, it says a lot.
Yeah, and Joey hit a nice little key word there. I've been getting ready to get Joey prepped and ready for a ghost gun thing. I want to do something about that. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a crazy, interesting situation. The way that these people are now making the ghost guns and selling ghost guns and shit like that, where we've created quite the problem now.
I mean, the amount of things that can happen. I mean, the ghost gun's been around for years. Remember, we joked about the fact that I almost did it in college, my roommate. But the amount of things that technology has gotten us to, it's unbelievable. I mean, I saw it as an article the other day. That was from 2022, but it was still an article that I just stumbled across again. And I was like, wow, where a guy was importing potatoes into a country. And when they got to it, they realized that it was just high pressured cocaine smashed together to look like and painted to look like potatoes that actually looked like potatoes. That was just giant rocks of cocaine.
No shit.
Straight up. Like you can look it up and Google it right now and you'll see like potatoes as cocaine and you just see them chopping up the potatoes and it's powder falling apart. But it looks like little potatoes. But it just shows you like as the world is evolving, so is the criminal underworld.
So somebody was smuggling a bunch of Yukon golds and fucking.
Yes, thank you. I was trying to figure out the name in my head. But if I described the little ones, you'd get there for me.
Motherfucker had a bunch of the Yukon golds and started bringing them bitches in, baby. Ooh.
Oh yeah, and it's funny. Like as soon as technology catches up with criminals, the criminals get a better way ahead of it. They always said the smartest people are always,
bro. I'm telling you, ingenuity. You got to see the shit that people come up with in prison, dude.
The smartest people are always the laziest because they're trying to find a loophole to save them time.
Ooh, message.
Yep.
It's our first message of the week.
Welcome back.
That's fucking yeah. Welcome back. Merry Christmas and happy fucking New Year, guys.
Oh yeah. Gonna go at it. So
yeah. So yeah, I mean, like you're saying though, technology. What it does and where it brings you is going to create some crazy situations. You know, this ghost gun stuff. I'm really glad you brought up the potato thing because I'm going to dive into that a little bit.
Love it. I mean, you know what? Tomorrow, one of the things we could touch on, if you looked at one of the posts I did, like I literally tied in all because I had a conversation with Mike over the weekend about Australia being such a high black market. But we'll get into tomorrow and how all the port lines connect.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Oh nice.
Yeah.
Did you guys dive into that a little bit?
We touched base a little bit, but actually we learned a lot about Chandi and his manservants and his mannies and how he had a very luxurious life in India. And we learned about culture.
Chandi, my boy, dude.
I've met Chandi multiple times, but he got on the show. Like if you listen to it, every time there's noise in the background or something falling or us yelling at someone, it's usually Chandi hiding behind the light because he can't sit still.
Yeah, Chandy's a Chuchenheimer, but he's the best, dude. He's the
best. He was kind of like, was it Raj? Like we're talking about his life and what's going on. And every time he got in trouble in America or they needed a sitter, they sent him to India.
No shit.
Yeah, I mean, you got to listen to this episode when it drops. I mean,
when's this one coming out?
I think it's about 3 weeks for that one.
3 weeks? 3 weeks out? Nice. So everybody be on the lookout for that, dude. Listen, Chandy is one interesting son of a bitch.
Yeah.
So
and by the way,
good you guys got him on there. Well done.
Oh, and what's even funnier about it though is if you guys remember the story when I was telling Jamie about a guy spending hours trying to get Ugg boots, it was him.
No, that was him.
Yep, trying to get Ugg boots for the little kid.
So wait, when you guys sent me that text that day, and you guys were in the group chat, and you guys said that you guys have been spent like 45 minutes or whatever it was already working on Ugg boot colors and shit.
It was Chandy.
That's who it was for. Knock it, Chandy. Stop, my boy. What are you doing, man?
He's rocking and rolling and he showed up in white
Hey.
boots too.
Well, you guys got that on camera, right?
Oh, the whole thing was videotaped. I mean, and then they did a haircut, and we went back. Then they wouldn't let us do a haircut on camera. Like I was like, dude, just put him in the middle of the table, run a haircut for him, and let's chop him up and do the whole interview while you're doing it.
No,
I thought it was a great idea, but Mo didn't want to have to clean up after it.
Oh, Mo, that's actually not a bad idea. You guys should get Mo to do a little segment where he's running a haircut while doing a podcast.
That's what we were saying. We thought it'd be a great idea.
Dude, I think there's one that literally does it right now.
Probably
it's
is.
Actually, one of the big ones. I know that there's one where they sit in the barber shop and get fucked up. I forgot the name of it, but it's actually a really nice podcast.
Was it with Ice Cube? Because I think that was a movie.
No, that's the movie. Yeah, that's the movie. No. They LeBron James has been on it. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna tell Mo now. I'm gonna be like, yo, listen, they were onto something, bud. What are you doing?
I thought it was a great idea. I mean, sit him on the table in the middle. Mike and I can sit there and make fun of him.
You like my Mickey Mouse cup?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
You like my cup of seafood salad?
Yes, I do. Yeah, and just so you know, another thing we want to mention, right? So kicking it off in the new year, speaking of coffee cups, this is why I got thought of it. One of our sponsors, Vadim Glozman, I'm working on getting the Glozman Law coffee cup from him right now, so
Very
that
nice.
we can get that on the show, right? But you know, we want to let everybody know how much we appreciate Vadim, right? And we talk very good about Vadim, but with that being said, right, there's no guarantees, right? We aren't lawyers, so. You know, we can't guarantee anybody's outcomes of any cases. All we can do is tell you that he's one of the best attorneys that we know, and we are beyond excited to see what this new year brings with us and him. He has some great insight on corporate fucking corruption and stuff like that, because that's literally his wheelhouse in federal court, dude. His money stuff like that. So super excited to get him involved here and there in 2025. I know Joey's excited to pick his brain.
Oh,
because
absolutely.
Joey loves talking to lawyers too.
I absolutely love it.
Conversations, bro. It's
And they absolutely
he has like a
hate
file
me.
cabinet up here for them dudes, because he remembers everything from a lawyer's conversation and puts it in this fucking file in his head, and it's the most useful tool that we have. So it's really nice. But yeah, huge shout out to Vadim Glozman at Glozman Law, dude. Love you, bud. It's been amazing getting to know you these past few years. I know Joey's super excited to work closely with you over the new year. So, yeah, be on the lookout for a lot of stuff with him.
Oh, yeah. And we're looking forward to it. And we're hoping if someone needs help, you can do it, unless you're fighting us and don't call them. There'll be a conflict of interest.
Well, yeah, I mean, but there's nothing wrong with a call, right?
Nothing wrong with the call. I just want to make sure they realize, please don't use them against us. There'll be a conflict of interest.
Yeah, I'll be scared too. I ain't going to lie. I'd be scared. So, yeah, and also, you know, I just talked to him. He had a great holiday, dude. He wished everybody happy holidays.
Oh, wonderful.
Super excited about the new year. So I just spoke with him the other day. Yeah, he's really excited to see what the new year brings, even for himself, dude. I mean, I know right now, like between him and his buddy, they were talking about like Chicago and LA is like the best place to be a defense attorney right now. So surprise.
So
wait, no, go. What were you saying?
What'd you get, Tino? Speaking of surprises,
dude, it's easier for you to tell you what Tino didn't get.
Oh,
right.
Got it.
But with that being said, you know, another good conversation, because we don't like to do the holidays how most parents do them these days, right? It's not about what you get them, right? So Santa doesn't get video games and shit like that, right? Santa doesn't get you Nintendo Switch. Santa doesn't get you video games for your Xbox. He doesn't get you V-Bucks or anything like that.
Right.
Santa gets you clothes, socks, little toys, shit like that, right? And you get a bunch of it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what Santa brings, right? And in our family, if you don't believe, you don't receive. So that's how our family's always operated. So Tino got a couple nice things from me and his mom. He got a scooter from me and his mom. Got a couple video games for his Switch. And then, you know, the family got him Play-Doh, and he got this Bluey house. And I mean, he got pretty much everything that the little man asked for. But, you know, I wanted to set up an episode about this, and I'm glad we brought it up. I think that Christmas is turning into something that it shouldn't, dude. It's fucking sad, dude. I don't know how Christmas was for you guys when you were young, but Christmas wasn't about big, nice, expensive presents for us.
Do you remember where I'm from, right? You, my family?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
it was,
that's why I
yeah,
said
yeah.
it was probably very different.
Very different.
Yeah, that's not how it was. And listen, our families are from relevantly the same
Yeah.
area, right? And we
I
have
love
a lot of
Christmas
the
as a
same
kid.
values. But we just didn't. Our family didn't make Christmas, like, we didn't get that type of stuff. We always got nice things, dude. I had fucking 4-wheelers, dirt bikes, and everything else. Dude.
We had the whole house redone as Christmas. I mean, it was like a Christmas wonderland. I mean, we're talking probably 100+ boxes of decorations.
No. Listen, if you're talking about where Santa could possibly lay his head at night when he comes into town, Mrs. Phelan's.
The whole house, inside, outside, everything's done.
Literally, you might actually be able to actually come up with a conspiracy theory and say that Karen Phelan is Mrs. Claus. We could get that rolling. She could have us all fooled, and she could legitimately be Mrs. Claus.
She just loves holidays. Have you noticed that?
Yes, she does, dude. I mean, she did Halloween amazing for the neighborhood when I lived there, dude. Me and Angela loved the way she
still does it.
Yeah. And even remember how she kicked it off after COVID.
Yeah.
Dude, when COVID was done, dude, you remember how nice she did that?
As soon as it was able to start doing it again, she did it.
Yeah, but yeah, so holidays were different by our house and your house, and Santino had a great holiday. How was everything like? What'd you guys get? What'd you get for Christmas this year?
I got a bunch
of
clothes.
You don't have any kids, so I can't ask you about kids.
Yeah, I got a bunch of clothes that fit, which is nice. So like, I keep dropping
you lost all that fucking weight.
Keep dropping.
Health freak.
Right, and it's kind of funny because they're all asking me my sizes, and I knew they were getting me clothes, and I kept telling them, like, I'm a medium. Like, my pants are medium, my shirts are medium, I wear medium, everything. They're like, no. So that they all got like gift receipts thinking nothing would fit. Like, my brother got me a winter coat that was a medium. He's like, it probably won't fit. I'm like, put on the Columbia coat. It fit like perfectly, and they're like, and they're just sitting there like, yeah, you're actually like, it's kind of surprising to see someone go from like a double X to like a medium in a couple of years.
Dude, people that don't necessarily like I mean, if you don't know you, right, and know like how like your weight's fluctuated since I've known you, right?
Up and down.
Yeah, when I first met you when I was a kid, like when we started hanging out because you and Tink and shit, right? When I first met you guys, right, you were you know what I'm saying? You had the curly hair and all that shit, right? So your appearance has fluctuated over the years, right? It's definitely been different, but this is probably literally maybe the healthiest that you've ever been, though.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Because even at other times when I was this size, I was still drinking and partying all the time.
Yeah.
So this would be
amazing, dude.
Right.
You look great.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Still going.
We got to get you in the boxing gym, though. Even me and Joey Leonard were talking about it.
I'm going to be there the second.
You getting in the gym, dude. You're gonna see a fucking
big difference.
We might have to get you a part of the security team.
Yeah, I'll be there on the second for the friends and family opening.
Nice. You're gonna be there. Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
I think stunts. Hopefully we can get stunt there.
Got to go there and say hi, show my love, right, and support.
For sure. Yeah. We're gonna get him on here too, everybody. So Joey Leonard got a lot going on. Obviously, like Joey just mentioned, the gym opens up like for friends and family, soft opening on the 2nd, right? Yep. And then I believe it's a couple weeks later after that. Right?
I don't even think it's a couple weeks. I think it's relatively short after that.
Yeah, maybe a week or less too then. And then I know it opens up to everybody after that. So Joey Leonard's just super busy, but we're definitely working on scheduling him some time to get him on the morning show so he can kind of bring his story out to the situation. I think a lot of people are going to really need something like that. I wish that when I was in my addiction that there was something available like that to me. They didn't have that type of shit, or at least I couldn't find it or had access to it.
Right. It's nice to see people trying and doing stuff. And it's hard to see other people not pushing it anymore.
And remember, dude, this was the Leonard's first holiday with
I definitely am very well aware of that.
Yeah. So and he actually said that it went fairly well. Is the way that he said.
I'm happy to hear that. It could have gone a million different ways.
Yeah, and we're definitely looking for it. I know that you guys have been mentioning over on your end of things over at the podcast that talking about getting into an episode more about Vito and stuff like that, right?
Yep. That's been the plan for a little while now. But
Yeah,
with
that's
the
kind of something you got to plan. You know what
right,
I'm saying? That's not something you just get on and do, man.
but at this right, but at the same time, like with the gym deadlines and with the holidays, it wasn't the right time. Like you don't,
No,
no,
100%.
100%, no,
No, 100%.
not
No,
at
it's
all.
definitely not. But yeah, that is a very interesting situation.
But I
That
think it might be nice to get some mics over there and go to him and do it there and get some shots of
yeah,
at
the
the gym.
gym.
Yes,
Yeah, sit in a
yeah,
ring or something. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Sit in
or
a ring.
or have a Mo take a couple shots or something.
Oh yeah, what's the guy's what is the guy's name from Moana?
Maui,
Maui, yeah. We'll have him dress up as Maui
and let people
and
throw punches at
spar.
him.
Yeah, and let him spar with Joey Leonard a little bit once or twice. You know what I'm saying?
Just to see how it goes. Let them dance around a little hula hoop. Or
Yeah.
what's that thing called that they wear?
Um. Uh.
I messed that up.
Fuck.
Not the lay. What they wear at the bottom, like the.
Oh, I don't know that. I know a
Okay.
lay. I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
a lay.
yeah. I was like hula hoop. Nah, that's not right. Let me see if I
Yeah,
can find it.
but yeah. So nice situation coming over there, dude. Definitely gonna get in tune with them a little bit. Want to give you, speaking of like, we'll run through our Prentice updates, right?
Perfect.
Really quick. We'll get through the Prentice because I just talked to him and he's got a lot going on right now. So for some reason, we believe the right person heard the show, right? Because Prentice no longer is able to do the phone no more. That's done, right? So
No, not that we're condoning using the phone.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't talk to him on anything besides the jail phone. And ever since the episode, that's how it's been. So, so me and him, but he just can't get on an episode again now. So it's going to be pretty hard to get him on an episode. But just so you know, he's received support from people, and we appreciate you guys, whoever that was. We understand that a couple people are looking at his case again, and it's getting some eyes on it. So that's thanks to you guys. That's thanks to the listeners, the fans, everybody downloading and listening. We appreciate you guys. I know I sent it over to my good friend out in Seattle, Andrea Cargill, right? Another amazing human being. Shout out to her, dude. Absolutely love you, sis. Thanks for taking the time to try to get that into the right people's hands, because we're not going to be able to get another episode with him again. He's taken the advice and he's tried to not use the phone, and now I understand that he can't even use it no more. So that's that's good. So Prentice's episode is doing really well. There's a couple updates that we can't necessarily speak on. Just know that they're very good.
Yep.
Joey will let me know when I can speak on them, though. As of right now, he's kind of telling me I can't.
Yeah, I'm pretty good on that stuff.
yeah, and there's a couple really good ones, which we're going to be thanking the listeners for also. So we really appreciate it. But Prentice is doing well, dude. The holidays are very, there's a lot more, let's call it happiness behind him for him. He's got that family around him now again. Yep. I've spoke to his brother in the world now. So now me and his brother talk.
Oh, that's good.
Me and his brother talk a lot. We're making a lot of moves for him. We're starting to kick things off more. Everybody's getting more in tune. So he's got that nice foundation of a support network. So thank you to Joey again, dude. I'm going to always thank you. It's never going to stop. Thanks again. And he's doing well, dude. He sends his love to everybody for the New Year's. If anybody has anything that they want me to get to him, let me know. Or
just go to the bottom of the bottom of the videos. Information's down there, and reach out directly.
Yeah, just start flooding them with letters, man. Those letters that he did receive, I know he received a couple already, and it made him so happy. So any letters that anybody wants to get out to him, just, Joey put his information at the bottom of the episode. Reach out to him.
Go hit him up. Go say hi. Whatever you want to do. Be a jailhouse pen pal. Be however you want to be there for him.
Yeah, and Joe, you're going to like this. So he actually put me in tune with this great lady named Miss Nisha. Her name's Nisha Walker on Instagram, right? She does trauma recovery. So like mental trauma, not physical, not like a cut. Like she deals with narcissistic relationships and so on and so forth, that end of things, right? So he put me in tune with this chick because she's a really big support network in his corner. And, I've actually thoroughly enjoyed seeing her work with people on Instagram. So she does these lives that she runs them on Instagram, and she actually really is helping people through Instagram live. So we're actually working on getting her in tune with WURE right now.
Nice.
Her
Get
and
her like a
her
little
and Tink.
get a little show.
Yeah, put her on during the weekend and let her get some shit rolling for the people,
Let
right?
people call in and talk to her.
There you go. Yeah, so we're working on that right now, and actually Prentice has kind of been really advocating from that. Me and him spend probably, at least two 15-minute phone calls a day talking about it and trying to piece it together. He calls me every hour, and I tell him to make sure that I get in touch with him. So he calls me just about every hour a day, and if I can answer, I answer.
Oh,
if
wow.
I can't, I can't.
Oh, that's really nice.
But dude, he's really dude, I'm telling you, great spirits, Joe. You would love to hear from him. Dude. It's really nice.
Yeah. I wish we could get him back on here. I mean, gotta be a way we could figure out a way to get the jail phone on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
we'll work it out. I know you will. Know you will.
I'll find a way.
We'll
I'm gonna find a way.
It just sucks that we can't get the people to see him again. Get a nice little Spotify episode. But trust and believe, we're gonna do everything to make that happen outside in the real world soon. We're gonna push this story to no end, dude. We're never gonna stop pushing the story.
That's what we got to do. That's all you can do.
Yep. But yeah, those are some of the things going on with Prentice and stuff. You got anything going on with the cannabis industry that we're going to dive into today a little bit? Maybe some hemp stuff?
Not really. I mean, we haven't made much updates. Our favorite person in the world.
Movement, right?
Our favorite move in the world. Our favorite person in the world still hacking away at it for his own personal benefit, of course.
As always, that fat fuck.
You saw some of the things I was posting. I was digging around in, like Dutchie. You've heard of Dutchie?
Mm-hmm.
It's like one of the biggest compliance things in the whole country.
Yep.
Dutchie acquired, I think it's called Greenbits or a company like that, a little while ago, kind of under the radar. Greenbits was funded by one of Pritzker's siblings, and they got rolled in. So Dutchie is actually well known for being ahead of everybody with their compliance software and being ahead of the curve for regulations. Do you remember what state runs the head of the regulations for most of the country that they follow?
California, right?
No. Who's the most compliant? Who's
the most compliant? Illinois.
Yeah. Just food for thought, right? I mean, that's kind of funny. I mean, not saying Dutchie's not great software and doesn't work, but if they're praised for staying ahead of the competition because they know how to get their AI and their programs working before the compliance rules gets in, because they have it's called predictive technology is what they call it. They predict what the compliance rules are going to be and change to.
What?
Yeah. Isn't that kind of interesting? I mean, I'm not saying anything's happening there or there's anything foul. It's just food for thought, right?
No, it's just something to look into.
Right. Just look into.
Something to look into. Man, that's kind of interesting. Like, you know what I really want to work on is starting to get some feedback from people on these issues that we talk about. So, if we got any listeners that got any feedback or anything on some of these things that Joey talks about, please, we're really we're genuinely interested in something.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I could talk about it myself all day, but it's kind of nice to hear other people's input. I mean, even if you want to stay anonymous, just drop us a letter and we'll talk about it.
So actually, speaking of compliance, right, this kind of brings us into our next little topic that I can't wait to get Joey's take on. So they apparently offered Diddy a deal, right?
Now, I thought he diddled too much to get a deal.
Listen, he might be able to diddle more.
Oh, really?
So apparently, as long as he gives up all of his high name, let's call them associates,
right?
Celebrities, politicians, and financial people, right? Is what it was, I believe, in the deal. As long as he gives them up, they'll give him bond.
This sounds familiar. Didn't we just have this happen?
I think it's happened twice, actually, that I can think of. It recently. Yeah. I know that they offered Epstein the same thing.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, I really thought, I'm starting to see a repeat of patterns here.
Yeah, and then they just end up dead when they agree to do what you need them to do.
No, really? I thought they just hung around for a while.
Well, yeah, I don't know who killed them. Ooh, message. Well done, Joe. You came with your A game today, dude. Well done. Yeah, but so apparently he can either do that or he can rot and he can go down.
We all know he's not going to rot or go down.
This all comes along. Where this starts to get interesting, though, is there's a lot of stuff going on with this chick. The chick won her motion to stay anonymous for the girl who was supposedly 13 that Jay-Z and Diddy raped.
Oh, wow.
Now we're getting to the nitty gritty of the discussion, right? So now that our boy Jay-Z, right? Now that the king of music, right? There ain't no person better in the music industry, right? Everybody wants to be Jay-Z. Remember $500,000 or a dinner with me?
Right.
Remember that?
I remember.
Would you rather have the $500,000 or a dinner with Jay-Z shit? Yeah. Listen, whoever chose the 500 grand, and I was one of those people that said I would choose the 500 grand, I think you're winning right now, because if the judge said that this girl can stay anonymous, right? That believes that the judge believes this has some merit and that this might cause backlash.
Big time. And with the players involved and with everybody, with everything that's occurring, right. And everything that's popping up and going out, yeah, they know what's going to happen, right?
It sounds like this might have some merit to it, huh? What do you think?
I think it's got a lot of merit. More than anything, the main reason I'm glad you brought that up, because I was seeing over the weekend, I read, I do my stuff, and I saw an article, like, I didn't understand why it was. And I'm like, oh, let me ask James about this. There was a huge uproar about the fact that Beyonce's posting as now Beyonce Knowles, not Beyonce Knowles Carter.
Where do you know where she's going, bro? She's running.
Right. So I was like, so the fact you brought this up is perfect, because I was going to throw this in as a little jab later, thinking like, hey, what does that say when the wife's already starting to distance herself?
And it's 100% correct. And you know what people don't realize is he ain't shit without her.
Right. Exactly.
He ain't shit without her. So Jay-Z, listen, I'm not saying he don't got money, right? I'm not saying that. But Jay-Z is nothing without Beyonce.
Right.
Jay-Z does not come as far, and listen, the same can be said on her end too. But would Beyonce have still become known for her music the way that she is without Jay-Z? Yes.
Yes.
Right. Money, I can't speak to that. I don't know if they would each be billionaires.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Or ever how much they have, right?
But I could tell you, Jay-Z don't have shit. Jay-Z's music wasn't. I love Jay-Z. Jay-Z.
I think he's still relevant because of her. I think
there you go. Better word. Thank you.
I think he would have still been like a Dre. Well known, well respected,
there you go. Yeah.
Very well done.
Thank you, Joe.
But he wouldn't have been in. Yeah, he wouldn't have been in the limelight, because I still respect Dre, and I think what he does for the industry is amazing. And once in a while, he still pops up and does stuff. But he's more recognized for the talent he's created and the culture he's curated. Look at Eminem, right?
But low key though, look at it this way. Now, this might be a little controversy here, right? What has Jay-Z done that Dre hasn't?
Beyonce.
No, minus that though. If you're talking about women and being around powerful women, right? Because that's all it is. Dre has actually accomplished himself more.
Yeah, I completely agree.
And you don't have any people saying, I don't know this either. Somebody might dive into this.
Wait, before you even jump in, he had a lot of issues in the 90s.
He did. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. But, was it the NWA story?
Yeah, NWA stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. You remember all the movies and the biopics and all the issues he had with women back in the 90s?
Okay.
Yeah.
So yes. Okay. Good reminder.
Yeah. So don't even need to go there.
Yeah. We're not gonna do that. I fuck with you, Dre. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. But he got past it and overcame it.
Yeah.
And everything.
Very true statement.
Yes.
Very true.
He got past it and overcame it. He addressed it. He dealt with it. He got past it and overcame it. And it's always going to be in his closet. And it came back up again when those movies were coming out. But this is a little different now, because. But now think about it this way: if he wasn't next to Beyonce, it wouldn't have been as big either.
Very true.
The blowback making it worse is the fact he's with Beyonce.
Ooh, message.
Yep. So what's making him famous and keeping him in the limelight is the same thing that's going to be the reason he goes down for.
Now let's tie this together, Joe. Let's tie this together with a lot of the stuff that you talk about daily, right?
Yeah.
How does the government play a part in this?
So this is where it gets interesting, right? So let's think about it for a second. Like, look at the Epstein thing. Look at underground drug trafficking and drugs. It all goes back to stuff that's tied into the government, right?
Yes, very true.
And you don't even need to say you got a conspiracy theorist to say it. Shit, we all know that they funded the cartels and did all that shit back in the day, and they armed the motherfuckers, right?
Behold the Pandora, great book.
Right. It's all public fucking record now. Everybody knows it. And now Epstein, it's not wined and dined political officials, royalty, people all over the world, governments, celebrities. Everybody was funded and partied with this, and it was almost like the government's black book on leverage for other people too, right?
Yeah.
So it's almost like, yeah, let's just say he had the black book of evidence on people the country probably wanted leverage on as well. But he also leveraged the people that he used to leverage other people. You get it?
Mm-hmm.
So throwing that all in with the fact that everything ties to some way or another, I wouldn't be surprised, as you said, if he starts hanging around.
Yeah.
Because let's be very honest, you're talking about big time celebrities with big time finance people, big time probably politicians hanging out with these people too. I mean, the amount of times that these celebrities themselves have thrown political support behind people that make no sense says a lot, right?
Yeah.
So
it's crazy how deep it goes. You're right. Keep going. It's actually good. Yeah.
right. So it makes you sit there and wonder, like, what's going to pop up on this list, if the list even pops up, or what pops up from it. But it also then goes to show you, remember, for the last basic 4 years, there hasn't been much about this. But all of a sudden, at the end of the 4 years, when we're looking for the switchback, where the country flips again, now they're going after it again. We went through 4 years of going after these type of people. Then we had a 4-year break, and now we're going back after them. Not saying it has anything to do with it. I'm just saying it's interesting how the attacks that when the timing of them start lining up.
Yeah. 100%.
And
so now my take, right, a little bit. This is good for us in the music industry. So for all my music industry people, because just so you know, I looked at some analytics, right, for the morning show. Amazing job, Joe, right?
No.
And we're hitting where we want to hit. So most people that tune into our morning show are music executives, cannabis industry, right? And then a close third place is social justice, I believe. Actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I can send them to you after the show. So,
and it's funny because I did a whole post this morning because I started looking at the countries that were listening to the morning show and the podcast, and I thought it was interesting that countries like Spain and Italy and Australia and South America and Thailand, some of the biggest countries that have logistics for trafficking underground drugs and children and sex trafficking, are listening to our show as well. But what do I know? Just a coincidence,
you know, right? Yeah, everything's a coincidence these fucking days, right? So we've got a lot of music people that look, and for us in the music industry, right, what people need to realize, and a lot of managers like me, and a lot of smaller labels and stuff, what you guys need to realize is right now is our time. Stop taking advantage of these artists. Stop thinking about the money quick, right? There can be so much longevity in doing this the right way. You're talking, like, do people not realize that publishing is 100 years?
Yep.
Owning publishing is 100 years, right? So if we actually teach these artists, which I'm not going to lie to you, I'm going to have my artists doing interviews soon, right? And I'm going to get to that in a little bit too, the new artists that we're working with, right? These guys will tell you, I'll get them on here to tell you, I spend my day teaching them. I spend my days teaching these guys. Can they go and leave and do it themselves by the time I get done with them? Of course they can, but they don't want to.
Right.
They want to stay with JJ because JJ kept it real with him the whole time. JJ always did the best for him. Freddie always did the best for him. Chris always did the best for him. The producers we're putting them in tune with are the best for them. Now listen, can you find better at a better price? Yeah.
Yep.
Right. I can milk these guys and nickel and dime them for bigger money, right? I can do that. I can tell them that getting them in Zaytoven's studio at fucking $5K an hour is worth it, right?
Yeah, but then we'd be talking about you on the show.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're 100% correct. Yeah.
Yep. Because here's the biggest lesson. Let's say this for music and any other industry, and I love saying this. I say it all the time. Short-term gains usually equal long-term losses. When you think short-term for making money up front, and you think short-term for a quick payday or quick something up front, long-term losses. People will blow.
We're going to make sure we fucking clip this right here, dude. This is going to be a clip. Well said, Joe.
Thank you. People lose their future, their whole future, over thinking short-term with one thing.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, that's not how me and Freddie and Chris, that's not how we operate, dude. We have built this structure where we're teaching these artists, right? We are literally helping them. I get it. Everything costs money. We're not going to sit here and say that, oh no, everything, we got this. No, listen, you got to spend money to make money.
Oh,
Boss
exactly.
man D-Lo didn't see real money until he spent 100,000 of his own.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, you got to be willing to invest in yourself. But with that being said, it hits different when you know you're doing it with the right people.
Yeah.
So you know, for us in the music industry and everybody doing these management roles and starting these labels, dude, it's a great job. Bring the independence back to the industry, but stop taking advantage of these guys. And I'm telling you right now, you ain't gonna do it with none of my artists.
Right.
I've had to deal with 2 producers in the past fucking 4 days from Kazakhstan and somewhere else, right? You ain't getting over on my guys. Keep your fucking beats. My guys that I put them in tune with over here overseas, they see the longevity that Joey's talking about. They're not looking for them quick payments and trying to scam people out of extra dollars, right? We ain't doing that. Keep your shit overseas, right? Joey hit it on the head. We're looking at longevity here. I don't need it right now. I don't need it. I don't need it to happen right now because it's not gonna help me in the future. We're building a scenario here where we're looking at the bigger picture with everything, and we've got such a good roster here now, Joe. I mean, our fucking roster is out of this world, right?
And speaking of the roster, the F'nArounds told me to ask you, where's their appearance fee? I guess they had a concert this weekend.
Dude, please don't get me started.
Yeah, they
bro.
had a concert that they weren't invited to, that they didn't know about.
Whoever the fuck that is, dude, better
Right.
fucking reach out to me ASAP. I'm telling you.
They wouldn't have even known about it if the main headliner didn't like their thing and showed them the poster for the concert that they were in. And they're like, wait, we're in a concert? We didn't even know. Like,
Joe, listen, you're making me look bad here because usually I can't get a hold of these fuckers to even see why the fuck that. I'm curious. How did that happen? And who the fuck are these? Who is T-TA-80?
Yeah, I was dying. Like when they told me, I'm like, dude, I know you're gonna die over this. Like, how are they doing a concert? They don't know about the concert. It's being promoted as a concert they're in, and they're not even invited to their own concert.
Listen, trust and believe they're going to be hearing from lawyers if there was big numbers at that concert, dude. And I don't care how shitty it sounds.
Right.
If you guys used my boy's name, right, and you guys marketed off of our guys, dude, without even reaching out to us, you got some fucking hell coming, dude.
But I mean, from a funny scenario, it's kind of funny to be invited to a concert that you're performing in, not knowing you're in it.
Listen, that just tells you guys are doing the right things, man. And that's
shout out to the F'nArounds for that.
Dude. Shout out to the F'nArounds.
So all these new people on the roster are in good hands and with good people. So let's hear about the new people.
Yeah. So you know, to dive into Boss Man, dude, we got in tune with through our partner Phil at the radio station, right? We got in tune with dude, a great group of guys from out of Flint, Michigan, right? We're definitely got their interviews coming up, their station interviews. So nice. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you their live story because they will do it 10 times better than me. But when I tell you between ATM A-Lee, everybody go check him out. He's Rio's little brother. He's making little older brother, right? We'll call it that way, right? He's making major fucking waves out of Michigan, dude. And he's got a team around him like no other. He's got Boss Man the Don. They got Money Mark, right? Money Boy Mark, dude. It's dude. Great fucking guys, dude. Amazing music. Be on the lookout for all their artist interviews through the station. And then as always, dude, we just got, you know, the guys from before, dude. You know, HB, man, dude, this kid's been with Smokey the Goat fucking every chance he gets in the studio, bro. And all I needed to do was introduce him once, right? These guys are pushing. Then, as always, you got Tommy Bands and Stunt Taylor and Stitchy Bankrolls doing their thing. Stitchy is more in record mode right now, dude, but 2025 is going to be a really big year. We got Stunt Taylor's video dropping on January 1st at 12 p.m. We got Big Difference with Neil Gang, right? That's Stunt's way of telling everybody he's back, right? Now, if I could show you what he's got in his back pocket, Joe, your head would spin. Your fucking head would spin. So, you know, just to make sure that, you know, like, everybody understands that this is all about your team that you build. And where I like to pat myself on the back is that I have literally made it a point since day one of thinking of this, of surrounding us with the best people possible, which started with Joey, Tink, and Freddie, right? That's what without those three people, I would not have the team that you see each individual section of 312 All has grown to, right? You know, we got Smokey the Goat, Little Chris, Geek on the Beat, right? Top to bottom, working on everything with the music with me and Freddie, right? So huge shout out to them. Then you've got every artist that I just mentioned, and then you have, really, really, really special mention to my boy Stunt, dude. Stunt has been through so many ups and downs in this industry, bro, that I don't know what makes it so appealing for him to want to still do this, but then he goes and shows you what's his motivation. It's his passion. It's his passion for the music. It's his passion for changing, making a difference with the music, right? So it's been a true honor getting to watch that happen. And it's been a lot of funny moments. He did the Chicago speed date thing, dude. I don't know if you checked it out.
No, I did not.
Dude, was it fucking hilarious, dude. We've got the Say Word podcast with me coming up
Nice.
in a few days, I believe. I got to check with JoJo. And then we also have an abundance of other things that we have access to now that the artist can be doing. So the growth has been immense on our side, dude. The growth has been absolutely immense on our side, and I couldn't be happier for 2025, dude. And I think you're really going to enjoy it too.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. You know that. I mean, this is what 2024 is the year I finally stepped out from behind the curtain, stopped playing around and hiding in the shadows. So opened my mouth and started talking. Maybe 2025 is the year I started taking some shots, not just talking, right? Having a little more fun.
Yeah, and Joe, you're a huge part of that. So I know, like in recent months, you've been busy, dude. Joe tends to take off a large bite of things, right? And then he does get it all taken care of, but he does enjoy overloading his plate. So there has to be a time where you have to try to help him balance that plate out because he won't do it for himself. So
I enjoy
Joey took a little step back from everything that was on the music end of things, but that's because everything on his production end that he started was doing so well, which brings us into talking about, I know, just to dive in quickly about it, we've just recently started talking about this short series, right? And I want to get public opinion on it. So I was going to bait you for this anyways.
Yep.
That was going to be my local spotlight. So just so you know, gotcha, bitch. But so I want you to kind of tell people what your rough draft, Joe. I'm going to point out this is your rough draft thoughts on this short series that you want to get. And I want to get an opinion on it.
So what we're looking at is the kind of way we were thinking it was kind of like a Tulsa King, but more on the cannabis side. So,
nice.
But in Illinois and kind of based, so you kind of get the Illinois politics, you kind of get the corruption, you get remember that show, The Boss, back in the day about Daily?
Yeah.
So what we wanted to do is tie into, from like the Tulsa King's perspective of muscling his way in the industry, but do it on a political end and do it for cannabis.
Not a mob end, right? So not mobsters. Right?
No, more of like a political end of how the backroom deals are done, how the things are set up, how the structure is set up. So you get the legal look, but you also get the illegal look of how it gets done and kind of give a little taste of how these conversations actually happen that shape the whole industry and what's going on.
Of course. And just so everybody knows, we already have stuff in the works for this. So if you're trying to do something, back the fuck off because it can't happen. We already made sure we're tightened up on that end months ago.
It's all tied up. It's ready to go. The only thing is, as James said, we're so overloaded with all the other things we're doing. It's hard to get everything into place to make it work out. So
because they got a lot of rerouting that they still have to do. Mind you, Joe and Kid Frost, they really hit it off over there. Not just on the podcast only. They truly enjoyed each other's views on the industry, right? Yeah. Joe and his situation, and then I know Big Za was a true fan of your guy.
Yeah, so he was hitting us up. He was hitting me up last night when I was sleeping, so I hit him a text this morning. But you know how my hours are. I'm an early bird.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know that there's still a lot of rerouting that has to be done, and there's still a lot of evolving on that side. But I want to kind of get the public's opinion on what they think, right? Tell us what you guys think about where he's going with that. I kind of see like a Ray Donovan, Tulsa King thing going.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah, it'll be really nice. I think it's going to be truly enjoyable.
We're excited to start getting some more work done on it and doing it. We were actually just talking about it yesterday, honestly. And because one of the things we did pick up for Christmas for the team is I made sure we got us a little drone so we could start doing some aerial shots and stuff for content. So we're going to start so we can actually start practicing putting some scenes together with the drone.
Man, that was nifty.
Yeah,
well
I thought
done, dude.
it would be a nice little play for everyone to work with, and it's easier for camera shots or video shots when the whole team's there and you can't get anyone with the camera, but it allows us to kind of just get some views how things would work.
Nice. Very nice, dude. Very, very, very nice.
Yeah. But with that being said, thanks for tuning in to Effing Around in the Morning. I'm Joe.
Hey, it's JJ, everybody. Have a great Monday, man.
Thank you for effing around with us in the morning.
See you tomorrow morning.
All right, see you tomorrow morning.
Effing around, start the day. Rest and rage, we got something to say. Feel the beat and energy rise. It's morning mayhem, no surprise. We're effing around, sun's up, it's true. Morning vibes just for you.
Sounds good.